Happy Halloween! It is the last day of Vlogtober, and I can't believe it's already over. It went by really quickly. Before you know it, it'll be summer. But speaking of summer, as you can tell from the title and thumbnail of today's video, while not a summer exclusive, I'm going to be reviewing for you guys a sunscreen that many of you have really been wanting me to test out. It is the Krave Beet the Sun SPF 47 PA++++. You saw in the intro, I applied this. It is late evening. I'm about to go to the gym. I've put on several layers of sunscreen throughout the day, and you saw how this went on as a reapplication. So if you're not familiar with this sunscreen, it is by Krave Beauty. It is a Korean sunscreen and contains filters in it that are not approved here in the United States, and therefore this is only available in Korea. You can't get it anywhere else as far as I'm aware. I was sent this as a gift from a viewer. Thank you so much. I believe the viewer acquired it either by going to Korea and purchasing it, or I think perhaps she has a friend that sent it to her. I'm not entirely sure, but thank you to the viewer who sent it to me. I believe this retails for about 20,000 Korean won or 18 US dollars. And the reason it's not, they won't be able to have this available in the US is that it contains filters in it for sunscreen protection that are not FDA approved here. They are phenomenal filters. I've talked about many of them in other sunscreen videos. They are widely used in Europe and in Asia. And frankly, as far as chemical filters go for sunscreen ingredients, they are far superior to those that are FDA approved here in the United States. There's always that chemical sunscreen envy we have here in the US for the sunscreens in other countries. They just have a wider variety of filters that are available that allow for more cosmetically elegant formulations and more reliable and sustained UV protection. The filters in this, ethyl hexyl triazone, which is Juvenile T150, that is a UVB filter with a peak absorption of 314 nanometers. So that is giving you some UVB protection, UVB being the rays that contribute to skin cancer and damage of DNA in our skin cells. It also has diethyl amino hydroxybenzoyl hexylbenzoate, or Juvenile A+. Juvenile A+ is just as the name implies, it gets an A+. It is a superior UVA filter, superior to our equivalent here in the US, which is avobenzone. It is far more photostable, gives you good protection against both UVA1 and UVA2. So UVA is a broad range of wavelengths of UV that penetrate the skin deeply, contribute to photoaging of the skin, damage of collagen, hyperpigmentation, etc. So that is a wonderful filter in this, and like many of the European and other Japanese and Asian Korean sunscreens that I've reviewed before, this also has bis-ethyl hexyl oxyphenyl methoxyphenyl triazine, or bimotrizinol, which is the brand name Tinosorb. This filter gives you coverage against not only UVB, the cancer-causing DNA damaging rays, but also UVA1 and UVA2. So you have very good broad-spectrum ultraviolet radiation protection with this sunscreen. The filters are very stable. Regardless of the stability of the filters, however, in any sunscreen, I will reiterate, you still have to reapply the sunscreen at least 3 times throughout the day if you're indoors all day, or every 2 hours while you're outside. The reason being, sunscreen rubs off, sweats off. You need to reapply to get a good base layer and to ensure ongoing sustained protection. But the filters in this are not as susceptible to degradation with time, so you get a little bit more insurance with this chemical sunscreen than you would with chemical sunscreens that you might buy here in the United States. In addition to the filters, this also has a variety of antioxidants in it. You know, I always discuss the limitations of antioxidants in topical skincare, meaning antioxidants as far as their free radical scavenging ability are, you know, a little bit hairy and a little bit unstable, okay? You never can really predict for sure how good things are going to perform as far as antioxidants and topicals. But suffice it to say, you know, they're promising, and they include things in this product like resveratrol, and I think really one of the more salient antioxidants in this is EGCG, or epigallocatechin gallate, which is the antioxidant that is most potent in green tea extracts. And EGCG has been shown, when applied topically before going outdoors in the sun, to actually help kind of dampen some of the damaging effects of ultraviolet light on the skin. So it is a wonderful ingredient to have in sunscreens. You know, it appears to be fairly stable. It also has resveratrol, I think I already mentioned, and vitamin C, which, you know, can be a little bit more formulation dependent on how stable they are and how good they are at scavenging free radicals and functioning as antioxidants, but overall logical ingredients. And then she also has included allantoin. Allantoin is a wonderful moisturizer. She also has put beetroot into this, and I say she, Alaya is the founder of Krave Beauty. She also has put beetroot into this, and that is one ingredient that kind of gives me pause. Beetroot, you know, you guys know I love to eat beets, and I love the taste of beets. But beetroot applied topically to the skin, I really haven't seen much to support that rationale. I'm not entirely clear why she chose to include the beetroot extract. Beetroot extract, or beets as food, you know, beets as nourishing foods, they are rich in antioxidants, so I suppose it makes some logical sense that you might be interested in pursuing that. Beetroot extract, largely in, you know, commercial products, is used as a colorant in like foods. And so it seems to be safe when ingested. We just don't have much to support its use topically. So I can't predict whether or not that's going to be problematic for anyone. I've not come across any cases of topical allergy to topical applications of beetroot in the literature or in my experience. People who work in sugar beet factories can develop allergies to pollens in sugar beets. That's an occupational hazard of being a sugar beet worker. But haven't come across any problems with it necessarily in skincare, but I haven't really seen people putting beetroot in. So I would say, as far as the ingredients in that would be one ingredient I would criticize in this, as not entirely sure why I should put it in there. Perhaps to make it packageable and marketable and you know, distinguishing as something unique. And then this also has macadamia oil in it. Macadamia oil is an emollient. It's frequently present in a lot of moisturizers. If you have a nut allergy, I suppose I can see this potentially being problematic for you because of the macadamia seed oil in this, but you know, that is an oil that is widely used as an emollient in a lot of products. I think the ingredient in this that gives everybody pause is the presence of alcohol. Alcohol in skincare products is not necessarily a bad thing. It plays a role. It allows for some degree of cosmetic elegance in application. It provides, it stabilizes some of the filters, and it's not necessarily bad. The bad thing about alcohol, regardless of where it's listed in the ingredients, is that it can be very drying, irritating, and for people with sensitive skin and rosacea, oftentimes alcohol-containing products sting and burn. But alcohol is largely what is in a lot of gel-based vehicles. If you are using a topical prescription drug that is in a gel vehicle, chances are there is some alcohol or alcohol denaturant in that allows it to be in a gel form versus like a cream, for example. Gel vehicles such as this go on really well in hair-bearing areas like the beard area. So for men out there, I think that you might enjoy this sunscreen quite a bit. It won't leave a cast on not only on your face but on the hairs of your beard, and will go into the skin very well. And also, gel-based vehicles go on very well as reapplication sunscreens, I find. when you don't want to keep putting on moisturizer necessarily all day. A lot of people complain that that gives them a greasy, shiny appearance. Using a gel-based sunscreen such as this, reapplying it throughout the day can be really nice and a lot easier. That's frequently where you will see me using these sunscreens, is when I reapply them throughout the day. The way to use this sunscreen, it is not a moisturizing sunscreen, I will say that. Because it is a gel vehicle, if you use this as in your morning skincare routine, and this is your sunscreen that you put on your morning skincare routine, you're going to need to use another moisturizer with it. This is not moisturizing enough because it is in a gel-based vehicle. You'll have to put on a moisturizer first, allow it to fully dry, and then put on this as your sunscreen. For me personally, I don't use these gel vehicles as my sunscreen in the morning. I go ahead and just use a moisturizing sunscreen, so I only have one product that I'm putting on my face in the morning, and then I keep this in my purse, take it with me on the go, and use it to reapply throughout the day. I find these really easy to reapply throughout the day, so that's how I like to use gel vehicles like this. I don't wear makeup. I do wear tinted sunscreens, and I find that when I apply gel-based vehicles over the tints of sunscreens, that those at least don't smear around with the gel-based vehicles. But for those of you who wear heavy foundations, your experience may be somewhat different as far as it smudging your makeup. I can't really predict that, but I would say selecting a gel-based vehicle like this probably plays better with the aesthetics of cosmetics and makeup for those of you out there wearing makeup. People who should avoid this sunscreen are people with rosacea and sensitive skin. You will find that the alcohol in this probably burns, can precipitate a flare of your rosacea, and you will not like it. But otherwise, it is great for oily skin. It is great, again, for makeup wearers out there. It is not moisturizing enough to be used as a moisturizing sunscreen for those of you with dry skin, but if you have dry skin, you can reapply this throughout the day, and you may be okay with the alcohol in it. You may find it dries you out a little bit more. A lot of that's largely gonna be governed by how dry you are and your ambient humidity in your environment. You've got the heaters going. The ambient humidity is quite a bit lower. You may not find this to be something you tolerate too well, but otherwise it's great. For those of you out there who are interested in gel-based vehicles like this, but you're bothered by the presence of alcohol, maybe you do have rosacea, a sunscreen that I can recommend that aesthetically is very, very similar to this is the Aishin Mommy UV Aqua Milk, I think it's called. I'll list it down below. It is a Japanese gel-based sunscreen that has similar filters in it that this one does, and does not contain alcohol, so you may find that you like that one better. You can get it on Yes Style. It's pretty affordable. So for example, if you're a guy out there and you've got rosacea, a lot of men have rosacea. It's usually women who are asking me about their rosacea in the comments, but a lot of men have rosacea. And so if you're looking for a sunscreen that you can reapply throughout the day in your beard area that won't simultaneously kick off a flare of your rosacea, I would say go for the Aishin Mommy one. Skip the Krave Beauty one because the alcohol in this might be problematic for you. It doesn't claim to be water resistant. I don't know if that's because the testing for water resistance is kind of another hurdle to getting sunscreens through approval. I'm not entirely sure, but it is fairly tenacious as far as its staying power. I will say I can appreciate a residue on my face with this that is not heavy or overbearing, but I can tell that I've got sunscreen on, and when I wash my face at night, I can tell that this is still on there. So it has good staying power. It's not something that seems to slip off, slide off, and is nice and tenacious on the skin. Yeah, but overall, I think that Krave Beauty did an excellent job formulating the sunscreen. My one criticism, I suppose, would be the inclusion of the beetroot. I think, that may be a little premature given I don't really find any supporting evidence for the utility of beetroot topically. That's not to say that it can't be helpful. I just can't tell you if it is or it isn't, and if it could be harmful. But I really wish that the U.S. wasn't so sticky about approval of sunscreens, and that we could get this here in the United States. But you guys always comment that my videos have saved you a lot of money, like my Ulta video telling you like not to waste your money on a bunch of stuff. So if you've saved a ton of money from watching my videos, maybe you can treat yourself to a nice vacation to Korea. You could pick yourself up some of this fantastic sunscreen, you know, experience a different culture, maybe make some new friends overseas, learn something new, and you know, that probably will portend far greater outcomes on not only your overall health, but also, you know, the beauty of your skin than buying a bunch of gimmicky serums. So if my videos have saved you money, maybe you can treat yourself to a trip to Korea. And if you have been to Korea, comment below on where you recommend visiting, like where's a nice place to go, and what is there to do there that's fun. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.